Hi, good night, good day, good evening, depending on what time you happen to be watching this. Welcome to another episode of House of Stars. I am your girl Star, and today, as you can see from the title, I am talking about a topic that is, um, this can be like a golden nugget for some people. This can be something that's probably boring and distraught and sad, and they don't want to talk about it. Or this can be a video that can be an open form of discussion for other people to discuss um, whatever emotions or feelings or symptoms or um, conditions that relate to this topic. So today I'm going to talk about healing mental health through spirituality. The reason why I wanted to do this video, this is actually a video I've wanted to do for like over a year, to be honest. And I think at the time I would thought that I was really, if you watch my letting go video, which I'll put in the description box, that was at the brink point where I've like really allowed myself to say that it's time to move forward, and it's time to spread my wings and fly. But main reason why I had a hard time discussing or even wanting to do this video is because I wasn't ready to have people see me be that vulnerable. And it's not like a pride thing. I think it's, for me, it's not just pride. I don't ever want to feel like that feeling of wanting people to feel sorry for me or feeling like I'm a lot, like not like a lost case, but like damaged goods. You know what I mean? And you see me going on in a tangent and saying whatever I want to say, but I suffered, and I'll say suffer because I am no longer allowing the energy of this condition to be a part of me anymore, as by the grace of God, it hasn't been. It's been a wonderful year in growth when it comes to that. I suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. So obviously, if you guys don't know what that is, I'll link it in the description box what the condition is. It's commonly found in, ex-veterans that were once in the army that were deployed, suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. In my case, of course, I did not go to the army. It was just, I suffered from it because of a series of traumatic situations that had happened in my life, that let's just say that I think what made it really bad was me ignoring a lot of the things that have happened and just moving forward and not really dealing with the situations that I was dealing with until it was one of those things where it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, and that like awoke every bad traumatic situation I went through from the dead. And I was literally living in a whirlwind and in an existence of what I've been through, and made it traumatize me day in and day out, day in and day out, to the point that I was creating this tapestry of thought processes in my life of how people were, of how life is, of how you're supposed to live and how you were supposed to be. And let's just say that where I thought I was creating something to protect myself, I was creating something that was pretty much keeping me imprisoned. Until one day I just decided, you know what? Yeah, let me step outside of myself and actually hear myself for a second and understand and realize that this is not life. You know what I mean? Like, I find that people, we add so much emphasis on life problems and life issues. And I'm not trying to sit here and downplay anything that any of you guys could have went through, or even myself has gone through, but life itself is much more bigger than that. We were all born on this earth with a purpose, whether we know it in this lifetime or we learn it in the other life, in the next lifetime. We've come here with a purpose. And as long as you remember what your purpose is, you will never steer away from it. You allow yourself to go through, we have hard days, we have bad days, or we go through things. You allow yourself to go through it, but you wouldn't live your life out of what you've gone through. I know God did not create me and create you and anyone that's watching this the way that we are for us to live our life out of what we've been through. You know what I mean? Not like I'm saying that, because at the end of the day, life is all about lessons. So you could only really, life is only seen through a lens of what you've learned. But you shouldn't be dismissing your potential while doing that. So the topic at hand is how to heal mental health, or, negative mental health with spirituality. Now, I'm going to disclaim this right now. As you know, I'm just a psychic, aka a bootleg psychiatrist. I don't got the PhD. I'm not an expert. I am only here to let you know tools I've used that have worked for me, and it works for me. And if it resonates with you, it does. If you choose to use it and it works, I've done my job. If it doesn't, seek somebody that is obviously professionally qualified to be giving you efficient advice or medication to deal with your situation. So number one thing that, of course, is mental. Everything is in your thoughts, okay? And your thought processes, the way that you're thinking. One thing that I did when I took my step on the path and the journey that I am right now is that I wrote myself a letter stating everything, writing down every single thing that I'm worried about, or every single thing that was traumatizing me or plaguing my conscious and my subconscious mind. I wrote the letter out honestly to a T. I mean, little things. It could be the smallest things, like I hate how Jimmy looks at me when I walk by his desk because he looks at me like I smell. Write it down. You know what I mean? And then what you will do is take that piece of paper and you will go outside. And whoever you pray to, whether you pray to Mother Moon, or you pray to the universe, or you pray to Jesus Christ, whoever you feel, or higher being that you feel comfortable with, and you say your prayers and ask that this piece of paper, and taking a lighter, okay, is formed as almost like a contract or words of what I want you to get rid of in my life. And you light that piece of paper and you let the smoke, because as the smoke leaves and the ashes fly from the paper, it's being taken into the universe for it to be dealt with. Okay? Another thing that I did, and what usually happens a lot of people that have issues with mental health issues, is because they're ungrounded. They're not rooted into the earth. A lot of the energy is all worked through the upper chakras and not so much in the root. So grounding exercises are very great. They work for me tremendously, grounding exercises. So you could do something. Grounding is a good thing for grounding. You could do is just simply walking barefoot outside in the grass. That's a mechanism of grounding. There's certain guided meditations that you can do that are online that I will link in the description box. Those ones that I've felt that have worked really good. That was a grounding exercise as well. What's the best thing too, if you have an issue with really connecting with grounding and meditation, I would highly suggest Reiki. Reiki is really, really good. Actually, I went for a Reiki session last year that literally changed my life. Um, it was like I was already doing the work, but that literally, it was like the extensive cleanup that needed to be done. Um, because a lot of times, like when it comes to energy, you don't know what you are storing in your energy, what fragmented pieces that have left you that need to come back, and all those things can be taken up in Reiki. So depending on where you are, always seek out a Reiki practitioner, and usually they're fairly inexpensive. um, some of them are fairly flexible. I actually will, if you are in the Toronto area, I will link in the description box um, somebody that I go to. She's actually a dear friend of mine that she's really good at what she does. Her name is Adrian, and she owns Room to Meditate, which she's really good at what she does, and that's somebody that you can actually go see when it comes to doing Reiki work, or Reiki work into balancing yourself. And through Reiki sessions, what's really good is that they usually tell you, sometimes it could be some attachments that you may have to other people that have inflamed some kind of depression or paranoia or anxiety that wasn't released, that you're still carrying of somebody else's. Like when I got my Reiki session done, she because I was feeling really weighty and feeling like really, I would spiral. Like I would just start worrying about like random shit, like just peril for no reason. And even in my mind, or even as it was happening, I knew it was not my energy. I was like, okay, why the fuck do I feel like this? Like, this is weird. Sorry guys, I'm gonna light a cigarette. Hope you don't mind the smoke. I'm like, I don't understand why I feel this way. And when she did the Reiki work, she's like, you were carrying energy of like 20 people. Like there was a bunch of people that was literally living, their energy was living within your sacral root chakra. And that's the reason why you would always get imbalanced. You would have these spirals all the time. And I was like, well, fuck, that makes sense. And ever since I actually got that done, like I don't spiral anymore. You know what I mean? I don't feel like sense of anxiety or feeling unsure of how to make a decision or anything like that. I'm just very straight to point and with it. Another mechanism that I've done, and I've suggested this to a few of my clients that have called me, is the good old freezer spell, which I really, really, really like this one. Is where, again, like doing the whole burning the paper and sending it out to the universe, instead what you are doing is you're writing your thoughts, your worries, anything that you just want to stop, especially when it comes to your mental, on a piece of paper. And what you would do at the time is to get some salt, preferably sea salt, something that's more pure. You don't want something that's like impure, and pour it over the piece of paper once the paper is folded. And what you would do is get water. So like usually, preferably you can use Tupperware or you can use a bottle, and fill it with water and just put it in the freezer. And essentially what that's doing is like it's freezing, it's stopping everything that your thought processes or things that you're worrying about, is stopping it by freezing it. Okay. And you leave that in the freezer however long that you feel that needs to be in the freezer for. Like honestly, like there was one point before I moved, like my freezer was filled, like it was full of so many things I was trying to stop. Like, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, like my freezer was completely full. But that motherfucker worked, I'll tell you that. So that's something else that you can do. I don't want to seem, because I want to stay true to people's religious or spiritual beliefs. But I feel the best thing in the morning to do, especially when you wake up, is to do some breathing exercises. Preferably, like, because a lot of people always come to me like, oh, I don't know how to meditate. Meditation is not necessarily about keeping your mind clear. There's nobody, unless you're some Buddhist monk in the top of a freaking mountain in Tibet, are you going to be able to have that much willpower to clear your mind completely, to meditate and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and do the whole shebang without having a passing thought in your mind? Usually what I say, the best thing to do is to focus on one thing. So if it's like, okay, I'm focusing on having a clear mind, literally let the thoughts pass through your mind, but you'll always say, clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. I find what works for me that keeps me grounded in a meditation for long periods of time is listening to meditation music, which you could just find on YouTube. Just YouTube meditation music, and you're going to be able to find something that's soothing and calming to your soul. It's not necessarily about what's the right one. It's all about what your soul resonates with. And I feel like there's ones as short as 5 minutes in the morning. That's all you need. It's breathing exercise, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. As you're doing it, like picturing it going down to your feet and grounding yourself. That is a very good way to clear your mind. So your mind's not cluttered. You know what I mean? Because I find we usually like, my whole thing is when I find that people's minds are usually swirling all over the place, or through depression or whatever the case may be, because there's a lot of energy that is stagnant, that is not finding its way out. Like it could be negative energy, and there's not enough, because the flow is stagnant, is causing the negative energy to remain stagnant within yourself and not allowing the positive energy to come in. So that's something that I feel, regardless of your religious beliefs, that in the morning that you must do is, or whatever time you have, whatever time that you find is your time that you use to clear your mind or rebalance, is take that time and do some breathing exercises. I feel the best thing to do as well, especially when it comes to depression, if it comes to anxiety, if it comes to, post-traumatic stress disorder, try to stay away from things that inflame it. So if, say for example, if you hang out with a certain crowd that you find that your anxiety is increased, decrease your time with those people. You know what I mean? If you find that it's when you're drinking that your anxiety is increased, that's probably something that you're going to want to have to cut out. You know what I mean? If you find, I don't know, it's when you're in a room sitting alone, take that time to actually breathe and use that time to yourself, where you're thinking about something negative, to think about something positive. Channel it in different ways, whether it be art, whether it be music, whether it be just writing, or whether it just be talking to somebody. I'm a person that I highly suggest going to psychiatrists. I am not too unfamiliar with seeing one. And going to a psychiatrist doesn't mean you're crazy. You just literally, sometimes, really what it is like you need to hear your own thoughts out loud. And at the same time, let's be honest, when it comes to a lot of people in your personal life, depending on who you talk to, there's judgment. And no one wants judgment. And it's nothing better to have somebody that is outside your life that has no reason to have any judgment. You know what I mean? So there's a number of different sites where you can find different outlets of people that you can talk to, or you can even call me. Hey, I like to give people advice and I like to listen. So I guess all along, what I am coming back to and why I've done this video is that I just want people to know that you are not a prisoner of, you're not a prisoner of your condition. Your condition is like this much, has that much relevance to who your existence and who you are and what you're put on this earth to do. So to keep that in mind. And a lot of people may hear this and be like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't want to do that. Then you say shit like that, and you obviously, really and truly, I'm going to tell you, you don't give a shit enough about yourself. Because spending time on yourself and working on yourself and doing things to better yourself, there's no such thing as time. This body that we're given, we're going to have it as long as God blesses us years to live on this earth. If you're blessed with 90 of them, that's 90 years you're going to live in this body. If you're 21, or if you're even younger, or even halfway between the 90-year-old mark, know that you have how many years to live with that body. So might as well start taking care of it now. Your future self will thank you. So all I want to say is that I'm a person, I do not believe in medication. I don't believe in I don't believe in romanticizing your condition as if you're a broken, fragmented person that can't get help and this is who you're going to be. And if that's the case and that's what you've accepted, that's fine. That there is an answer. There's God above. There's spirit. There's God above, or whoever deity or higher power that you believe in, that you feel heals you or helps you. Essentially, what religion is or belief system is faith. And what matters the most is having faith. So whatever you may be going through right now, or any hurt, depression, or feeling down and out, or feeling like you're in a hole, start with your faith first, and the rest will follow. So just make sure prayer's up, and the blessings will come down. So this is, I guess, like I would say, like a rant video. And I hope, right now I feel like I'm just going off on a tangent. I don't even know if I'm making sense in this. I don't even feel like I'm connected to my words. But I just hope that whatever I had to say in this video helps you in some way, and that you are free. So I guess I'm going to leave it here and say that you guys be free and be good. And I want to thank you so much for the support. Oh yeah, I've hit over 500 subscribers, which is crazy. I am so grateful for that. So like, share, and subscribe my channel. And if you want to get a reading, you know where to find me. All the links are and everything are in the description box. And also, Chris started a channel, Crossover Tarot. So I will put a link in the description box, because he actually just put up his first 2 videos, an intro video and another video, so that you can get an idea of his reading style and things like that. So I do want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me, and I hope that this message sees you well. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.